goes in, he's gone in shoulder first. He's not gone in with his elbow. Oh, yeah, no, he's gone in shoulder first. He's entitled to go for it, but he was never going to get there. That's the problem. When you clatter into the goalkeeper like that, you're gonna upset the goalkeeper. You're gonna upset the defending team and potentially get yourself a yellow card. So you've got to be careful.
Yes, and on the replays I've just seen, Paul, it looked as though he probably knew that he wasn't going to get the ball, and instead of looking where the ball was, he looked where Bono was, and just made an effort to get Bono so Bono couldn't claim it easily and clear it away first and get Morocco on the attack. I think he knew what he was doing there, looking not to pick up a book. And in my opinion, as the ball's up towards halfway from Morocco, it's cleared away by Portugal. But they're with Ashraf Hakimi on this near side. Hakimi tries to get down the line, but there's Bernardo Silva to cut the ball out as Morocco will try and and get into this game. It's Morocco nil, Portugal nil. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary of you're listening to Russ Vernon and Paul James. Paul standing in for Luke Turton due to technical problems as we now fetch Yaya Ita forward for Morocco as here comes Morocco with the number 18 now, El Yamik, who's playing as centre back today. Is Ziyech. Ball in towards the penalty. Ball forward from Ziyech is blocked. But he's out forward then. There's a free kick. Fouled by Ruben Neves on Selim Amala. And there's a free kick to the Moroccans. And that was a definite foul there. As Morocco will land up this free kick, they'll look to cause problems for Portugal. And they'll look to get the ball into the penalty area. It remains Morocco nil, Portugal nil. As the edge delivers the ball into the penalty. And then just wide from the number 19 and Nesri there, and that's a decent effort from Morocco, and they've gone close again there, Paul.
Yeah, that was a good half chance by for Nesri. He cuts across there. He gets himself a bit of a free header. Maybe he'll want to hit the target next time, but he just doesn't get his head over it. That's the problem. It ends up landing on the top of his head and ends up going over the crossbar. He just didn't get his head over that. But that was a good half chance for Morocco.
Yes, and John is on. Good afternoon. Hi to you, John. Hopefully you're doing okay, my friend. Says, how many of the 11 of the 22 players out on the field of play right now play in the Premier League? Well, I can tell you, Paul, I can tell you, Paul, and I can tell the listeners as well, so they all know that out of the Moroccan side, the players that play in the who's starting today, will play in the Premier League, is Romain Saiss and Hakim Ziyech. And in the Portuguese side, there's Diego Dallo, Ruben Diaz, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, and Ruben Neves out on the field of play who play in the Premier League. And there's a few on the bench for Portugal that play in the Premier League with Yao Palhinha, Jose Sa, just and Yao Cancelo, and there's none in the Moroccan subs who play in the Premier League. So hopefully that answers your question, my friend. Hopefully that answers your question in this game. As we bring you Morocco nil, Portugal nil in this game. As Kevin says, you guys end up 30 seconds from me. Takes signal longer to get down under. No problem, my friend. As we see this, as we watch this game for can we see a goal in this game, or will we, me and Paul, have a long shift again like we did just yesterday for the match that me and Paul brought to for our listeners yesterday? Paul, I'm wondering if we could have another long shift in store for us this afternoon. It was supposedly going to be Paul's day off, but Paul's agreed to come in on his day off of commentating to bring this game to our listeners. As we see Morocco nil, Portugal nil, 28 minutes on the clock. As here is Bernardo Silva does well there into Pepe. Now Bernardo Silva again. And Bernardo Silva will bring the ball forward. He plays into Ruben Neves. Good ball into Bruno Fernandes, who does brilliantly to try and pick out Guerrero on this near side, but the ball is overrid by the Manchester United man, and it goes behind for a goal kick. And John says, thank you for that info. No problem, John. You ask the questions, we deliver you the answers, just like it should be. As there we see a shot of Cristiano Ronaldo sat on the bench, released by
He doesn't
Manchester
look very
United.
pleased, does he?
No, he was released by Manchester United after the interview that he did with Piers Morgan. Some have described it as a controversial interview. I didn't see the interview, I've just read bits of the interview, so I can't give my thoughts whether I think it's controversial or not. As we see Morocco and Portugal go head to head, as the ball is headed forward there by Enesri to try and get Morocco on the front foot. As there's the ball from Ruben Neves to Diego Dallo, and down the line it goes well towards towards Bernardo Silva, should I says. Going to cross to that right hand side now. Him and Bruno Fernandes playing on that side of the field with Bernardo Silva in the 10. Bruno out wide. Oh, and then on the left is João Felix with Gonzalo Ramos through the middle as the lone striker. With the two, and then there's the two holding of Ruben Neves and Otavio from Portugal as well. As the ball is it over the top. Cleared away, breaks down for João Felix! And João Felix hits it over. Took a deflection, I think, on the way through. But João Felix with a chance there for Portugal. 0-0.
Yeah, a bit unlucky was Felix there because he gets a shot away. The deflection has the goalkeeper beaten. So if that's on target, that's 1-0. So Morocco get a little bit of luck there.
Yes, and Luke is commenting again. He says, Ronaldo upset. Oh. He says, oh, Ronaldo is unhappy. How sad is this ball from the corner going from Portugal? But I think the referee's not happy with it, so they'll be given a second chance to take it. Not sure why the referee's not happy with that corner kick being taken. As we see Morocco and Portugal going head to head, as there be a corner which Bruno Fernandes will take short, delivered into the penalty area, cleared away as Hakim Ziyech as it forward. We go down to play for a throw, and here is Bruno Fernandes to take the throw in for Portugal. Yes, to go back because there was no movement forward. And finds Ruben Diaz, now Ruben Neves. Now Bernardo Silva out wide to the far side. And Diego Dallo. Back to Bernardo Silva, who switches the play to this near side of the left, and Bruno Fernandes. Back to Ruben Diaz, just inside the Portuguese half. João Felix dropping deep and going back into his own half to find Pepe. After the Portuguese forwards to drop deep to try and go in possession. Not getting much service in and around the Moroccan penalty areas. The ball from Bruno Fernandes is a poor one. Trying to pick out his Manchester United colleague Diego Dallo, who couldn't keep that ball in play over on that far side.
That's been much of the breakdown, Ross, in this first half. Is the passing and the final ball just hasn't quite been there in this first half for both teams, really.
Yes, it is Morocco 0, Portugal 0. If you're tuning in to us right now, thank you very much for choosing us. You'll be listening on either the Commentary Up 2, JB Sports, Storm FM, Turton Talks Football. Those are all our YouTube partners, and also on our Twitch channel as well. If you're listening via Twitch and you're about to go out in your car and you don't want to put the mainstream radio on and want to keep listening to us, get your phone, connect it up to your car radio or connect it up to your car. Go and load up Twitch on your phone before you set off driving. Put the commentary up on there. If you're following us, click on the video. Just put audio only. Put your phone on the stand and have us coming through your car speakers and listen to Morocco against Portugal with Russ Vernon and Paul James. As the ball is headed away there by Pepe, headed again by Otavio, and then the ball act forward by Ruben Neres as Portugal will try and get on the front foot. Gonzalo Ramos is putting the Moroccans under a bit of pressure down there. Yao Felix out putting under pressure was Akimi, the man who was putting under pressure. As Ziyech knocks the ball back, and here comes Morocco now with number 8, Anua. Anua sprays the ball to the far side, and that's a wonderful tear there by Buffal. Buffal in towards the penalty area, still going Buffal out wide. Ball in towards the penalty, and a shot just over. A glorious chance for Selim Amala, who needs to test the goalkeeper there, and it's a poor one. 0-0, 34 minutes gone.
Oh, Amala's got to do better there, and he knows it. What a chance. That's a poor finish.
Absolutely poor finish from the Moroccan. And he knows he has to do better there. Should be testing Diego Costa there. But he's yet to really trouble him as the ball sprays out wide to this far side for near side just there for Yao Felix. But Morocco get the ball back. And there's number 8. And no, down the line to Ashraf Hakimi. Back for Amrabat, who sprays out wide to Buffal. Buffal's doing well here. He's got Ala out on the overlap over on that far side. As Buffal goes for goal. Maybe he should have played out wide to Italy Ala, and that could have been a good cluster position. But he said he went for goal there. But Diego Costa was always watching that one into his arms gratefully there.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with him shooting there. I mean, yeah, there is options for crosses in, but the deliveries into the box have not been great. So I think it's well worth having a shot from there. Gets it on target, just doesn't work the goalkeeper enough.
Yes, it's Morocco 0, Portugal 0. Coming up into the final 10 minutes or so of this game now. In the first half anyway. Morocco 0, Portugal 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, as the ball is spread out to this near side, it breaks forward. Hakim Ziyech hits it forward. There's Honor now to. Oh, lovely bit of trickery there from Ziyech to get another away. And another still going up towards halfway, but Portugal have won the ball back, but it's been given back as a free kick. Ruben Neves can't believe it, but it's this free kick here and this foul where Guerrero just pushed Ziyech. And Ziyech's crossfield pass is poor, but the referee's said to take the free kick again because one, he's in the wrong position, and two, he was in the middle of speaking to a Portuguese player there, so he wasn't ready. As here comes Morocco on the ball. Here's number 8. Another being held by Yao Felix, and he wins this side another free kick. Ashraf Hakimi almost took his eye off the ball there, was talking to his head coach, who is Walid Regoura, the French-born manager, 47 years of age. And 5 attempts on goal for Morocco, 1 on target, 3 for Portugal, 1 on target. It's a big one tonight, Paul. Le Crunch, as people are calling it. England against France. That's going to be a good game.
Oh, it'll certainly be that, Russ.
And hopefully the 3 Lions can roar in to the next round and into the semi-finals against either Morocco or Portugal. This game we've seen plenty of shocks. And who says there can't be a shock now with the world champions being dumped out by the 3 Lions?
Well, anything's possible in this World Cup. It's been the most amazing World Cup for shocks.
It has. And Kevin's been on again. He says, I think all the quarters will go to penalties. So he thinks we're going to be in for a long afternoon here, Paul.
Well, I've not seen anything yet that's going to change my mind on that. It's fairly it's fairly even, isn't it? There's nobody really in control of this game.
As there's Buffal, who's swung an arm out there at Otavio. Looks like he could be in and a free kick to Portugal. Looks like he could be in a bit of trouble there if VAR saw that. If he's just given a free kick, arm in the face there, and that's at least a yellow. That should be at least a yellow card in my opinion. But the
No,
referee's not
not for
booked him
me.
there.
Not for me. He goes down like he's been hit by a brick. It was the palm of his hand that that touches him, yes, but he goes down like he's been hit by a brick.
As here now is Rafael Guerrero with the ball towards penalty for Felix, which is on the first time off volley and just over the bar in the end there, Paul.
Another good chance, Yao Felix. He's been a threat for Morocco all afternoon so far. I think he had more time than he realised there.
Yes, and Luke says he's super excited for tonight. And I think you know why he's going to be on commentary later with Nicholas Jones for the big one for the crunch. France against England. Luke has done 2 England games already this tournament, and England have won both games by 3-0. Can that trend continue tonight? You'll have to wait and find out with Nicholas Jones and Luke Turton from 6:40 p.m. this evening as Portugal win a free kick. Foul by Amrabat on Gonzalo Ramos. As Gonzalo Ramos is down clutching his back of his leg there, and he remains down on the
No,
floor,
that might
Gonzalo
be a
Ramos.
bookable offence in my mind.
And I'm surprised the referee's not booked him. He all got the physio and we stood down. He's sat back up now, just been held back up. I'm surprised the player's not seen a booking there for that one. As we into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Your first half assessments, Paul?
Well, it's actually not been a bad first half. I think both teams have had chances, which they've not taken. Morocco have come more and more into the game as the first half has gone on.
Yes, it's here comes Portugal with the ball over to from Bernardo Silva into Yao Felix. Yao Felix on the left hand side, but Ashraf Hakimi just does well to win the ball back for Morocco. But I think the offside flag was up for offside against Yao Felix. And the free kick has been taken quickly and switch of play there well to Ate Allah. Now Buffalo plays the ball backwards into his centre back one of his centre backs there. It was Amabata now with El Yamik, and now Amabata again who turns away off just on the edge of his own penalty area. Morocco with Ziyech just inside his own half, plays the ball out to the left hand side. He slipped as he did that, but with him slipping, he managed to get the correct weight and position on the pass. And now Morocco just coming forward on that far side. Can they get a goal here now? Crossing towards the penalty, and Nasri's there, and there's Nasri has scored. Morocco have opened the scoring, and Morocco have been coming forward the past few minutes, and it's Morocco who have taken the lead. It's Morocco 1, Portugal 0. 42, almost 42 minutes gone, and we could be on for yet another shock in this World Cup, Paul James.
Well, you're right, Ross. It has been coming. Morocco has been coming more and more into this game. But I laid the blame squarely on Costa here. He was never going to get there. And he came out for it. And Nesri then just had to head the ball in. But a wonderful build-up by Morocco. I've been so impressed with them coming forward in this first half. And this time they got the delivery spot on. Costa was never going to get there. But what a wonderful... He got up so high with the header there. And Nesri just diverted it past the goalkeeper. Well done to Morocco. They're leading 1-0.
Yes, fantastic. And like Paul has said, it's down to the goalkeeper's fault there. Diogo Costa, who was never going to get there, should have left that for Ruben Diaz. And I think with Costa coming out, like he did, Paul, I think he put Diaz off, which allowed Nesri, that free header, to make it 1-0 to Morocco there.
Yeah, it was a scandalous error by Costa. Actually, he shouldn't have even gone anywhere near that ball.
Yes, and now Pepe for Portugal will have to try and come forward now and try and get that equaliser, which would make this game interesting because when they push forward, they'll leave themselves exposed on the back, and Morocco can just counter attack, get the ball up to Nesri to hold on to, and he's pulled down there at Nesri, and that should be a yellow card for Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, yeah, because he's pulling away there. He's made no attempt to get the ball. That's a professional foul when you do that. When you're fouling someone to stop them with the sole purpose of stopping them to advance is a professional foul, and he's made no attempt to get the ball, and that should be a yellow card.
Yes, and the referee's not giving the yellow card because in the referee's mind, he said he was attempting to go for the ball, which I can't see how he was there. As here comes Pepe to fetch the ball forward up towards halfway, just inside the centre circle now. And now Otavia. Otavia sprays the ball out wide well. Headed in by Diego Dallo to Bruno Fernandes. Ball in for Fernandes! And he hits the ball! Oh my word! That would have been one of the goals of the tournament contenders if that had gone in. And oh my word, Bruno Fernandes was unlucky there as Morocco just tried to get out. El Nesri chested down well. Crossfield ball forward. It goes back to the Portuguese goalkeeper, Diego Costa. And how unlucky was Bruno Fernandes there, Paul James?
Extremely unlucky. What an audacious effort. And you know what? He had the goalkeeper beaten all ends up. That would have been one of the one of the best goals in World Cup history had that had gone in.
Absolutely. Now Morocco will try and come forward here, but they've lost out. As in, as Ramos won the ball back off of the number 26. Number 26, number 15, I think, number 80 was, and who lost out as we enter 2 minutes to stop time end of this first half as Ramos on the edge of the box, pulls it in towards João Felix, is cleared away, and then Ezri's putting on the pressure on Diaz, and Morocco just checks the ball down well, and Noah just can't keep the ball in play. A pat on the back from Ziyech for his man, and there's a Portuguese player down inside the penalty area. There's Otavio. I'm not sure what happened with Otavio. They got pulled down by Ashraf Hakimi. Well, then there's nothing where he should stay down there, Otavio.
Oh, I think I've seen Hakimi there. His boot studs just catch the bottom of Octavio's ankle. He's making the most of it because this is an extreme delayed reaction. Just looking at that again. Oh my word.
What an effort from Bruno Fernandes. That's a fantastic effort from Fernandes, Paul. And he was so unlucky with that effort.
Yeah, that would have just been that
Portugal's in
deserved the
now,
goal.
and Fernandes goes down. The referee says no penalty. And he had one more look there. And Portugal denied denied a chance to equalise from the spot. But the referee said no penalty. Now Portugal will try and come again. Ball played
Sure,
out wide to this
VAR will look at it.
left hand side. Bernardo Silva just keeps the ball in. No drop of the ball as Morocco try and come away. It looks like they are not looking at the penalty decision there.
Wow.
Morocco are coming forward. And Noah coming forward now. He's got Enesri forward in space. He's playing out right to the left hand side. Ball across and just wide. Oh my word, but foul should have played. And that was number 25, I think, there. Number 25. The left back, Atiala, going for goal there when he going to a wrong, sliced it and put it out. And this is a chance again for Bruno Fernandes when he went down. No penalty there for me.
No, he goes
And
down too easy. In fact, he doesn't get touched. He dives. He should be booked for that.
yes, that should have been a booking for Bruno Fernandes. I think he's been learning off of Cristiano Ronaldo for his dives.
It's disgusting. They ought to be booked for that. I'm so sick of seeing that.
And the ball's over the top. And there is the half-time whistle. And the Portuguese players, Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Neves, Otavio, is surrounding the referee. One of the assistants has had to come in and
This is
get in
embarrassing.
front of the referee. Portugal are embarrassment here Ruben Neves having a word with the referee, even though he's not captain, he's just having a quick word with the referee. He was went across to have a quick word with the referee himself, which he's still having a quick word with. There, Ruben Neves. Listen, the Portugal players are walking off the field. Neves is now walking off the field, having spoken to the referee with one of his coaches. But disgraceful scenes at the end of this first half from Portugal, Paul James. But what have you made to the overall performance in that first half from both sides?
Well, firstly, he's Fernando. He's dived. He knows he's dived. Why is he complaining? He's lucky not to be in the book. As far as the first half has gone, Morocco have really gotten themselves back into this game. Portugal kind of took the initiative initially, created most of the chances early on. Morocco have really gotten back into it as the first half has gone on. And I think Luke just commented on that last chance that Atiala struck wide. Yes, that was a massive chance. I agree with him. Because what he should have done, he should have gone across the goal or even squared it across to, I think it was En-Nesyri that was charging in at the time. Because, yes, that's a massive chance and a chance to go 2-0 up against Portugal. And a team of that quality really should have been taken.
Yes, and it's half time then. Morocco 1, Portugal 0. And just before we go for a break, just reading a few comments here. John Gotchi is on again, and he says England France not just a good game, but for a game on the way to taking the World Cup back to the home of football. Kevin Benson's been on again. He says his wife is from Middlesbrough. She has been told he has to cheer for England this evening. So I wonder if he'll be doing as he's told and cheering on the Three Lions this evening. But myself and Paul are going to take a 15-minute break in just a second or so. But when we return, we'll be back with all the second half action from what has been a good game so far between these two sides who have looked to cause a few problems already in this game. They've caused problems for both sides. And then I'll come back in about 5 or 10 minutes to give you the half-time scores from the matches around the Premier, around not the Premier League, around the Championship, League One and League Two in England, as we get ready for the second half. So we're back in about 10 minutes' time for the half-time scores from around England and Europe on this Saturday afternoon. It's 10 to 4 here on this 10th of December 2022. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Morocco against Portugal. We'll get back to the game in a minute or two. Let's just take a look at the scores on the doors from the 3 o'clock games across the Championship and remind you of the earlier scores. In the Championship, results. First of all, Blackburn Rovers 1, Preston North End 4, Rotherham United 1, Bristol City 3. In the 96th minute, as I kicked off at 2 o'clock, it finished Reading 1, Coventry City 0. Half times then it's Blackpool 0, Birmingham 0, Middlesbrough 1, Luton 1, Millwall 1, Wigan 1, Sheffield United 1, Huddersfield 0, Stoke City 2, Cardiff 1, and it's Swansea City 0, Norwich City 1. In League 1, some early results to tell you about. Ipswich 2, Peterborough 1, Shrewsbury 3, Bolton 2, Burton 1, Derby 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Forest Green Rovers 1, Cheltenham 0, Accrington v Portsmouth match postponed due to a frozen pitch, Bristol Rovers 0, Porvale 0, Cambridge 0, Plymouth 0, Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Lincoln 0, Wickham 0, MK Dons 0, Fleetwood 0, Morecambe against Charlton match postponed, frozen pitch. So too Oxford against Barnsley also postponed due to a frozen pitch. In League 2, the first 3 games are all postponed due to frozen pitches. Carlisle against Barrow, Crewe against Leyton Orient, Harrogate against Northampton, Rochdale against Stockport also postponed due to a frozen pitch. Grimsby 1, Tranmere 0 at half time. Newport 0, Doncaster 0 also at half time. Stevenage 0, Mansfield 0 at half time. Went to first half stoppage time, and we're currently playing 12 minutes of those first half stoppages. And it's Sutton 1, Colchester 0, and it's Swindon 0, AFC Wimbledon 0 at half time as well. In the National League, just tell you this, and then we'll move on to some other results to tell you about before the second half starts. Bournemouth Southend match postponed due to a frozen pitch. Bromley 0, Wilstone 1, Chesterfield 1, Dorking 0, Eastleigh 0, Wrexham 2, FC Halifax v Barnet, and Gateshead v Dagenham and Redbridge match postponed due to frozen pitches. Well, that is the Halifax Barnet game. I think the Dagenham and Redbridge game will be played tomorrow because of Dagenham and Redbridge being in FA Cup action on Thursday evening. Maidenhead United 1, Notts County 3, Maidstone 1, Altrincham 1, Solihull Moors v Aldershot match postponed due to frozen pitch. Woking 0, York City 0, Yeovil 0, Scunthorpe 0. Just to tell you that one game is being postponed tomorrow in League 2 between Gillingham and Bradford due to a frozen pitch. Oldham take on Torquay tomorrow as well in the National League. So that has been, those are in the Scottish League 2, which is the only games in Scotland. East 5 0, Bonnyrigg Rose 0, and St Elsmere 0 for 4-1. There's been some club friendlies to tell you about today as well. Let's see if there's anyone to tell you about of note. Rennes 4, Celtic 3. So Celtic have lost in that one. Borussia Dortmund have beat Rapid Bucharest by 2-1. PSV beat Vaco by 4-2 as well. Dortmund lost 2-0 to Fiorentina as well, so 2 games for Dortmund today. Brentford have lost 2-1 to Bordeaux in a friendly as well. Rangers beat by Leverkusen by 3-0 still of Ibrox in the first game for their new manager. Leicester 0, Troy 0. Udinese 1, West Ham 3, or some other half-time score, some other results. Man United take on Real Betis at 5 o'clock, and Nottingham Forest in action at 5 o'clock against Olympiacos as well. We'll try and give you some of those. We'll give you some of the full-time scores from the leagues a bit later on. The Bundesliga resumes on the 20th and 21st of January 2023, should I say, according to my co-commentator Paul James, who's informing in my ear while I'm reading those out. And Paul says no risk of frozen pitches in Qatar. Kevin says my guitarist in my band is QPR, so go Burnley. And Luke Stukas mentioned that Nottingham Forest in action again later. And I wonder if that's part of the reason why he said his internet wasn't working in this game as we get ready for this match between Morocco and Portugal to get back off for the second half. As we get ready for the second half to bring you the second half of this game. As the second half is now back underway, no changes to either side. In this game, and I wonder if we'll see the second half just quite like the first. Luke says he don't care about friendlies. As we're running through the sides again, no changes to either side at the break. So the Moroccan side is Bono, Akimi, Amrabat, Saiz, Ziyech, Unura, Amala, Boufal, El Yamik, and Nesri, and Atiala. For Portugal, Diego Costa is between the sticks. Dallo, Pepe, Diaz, and Guerrero. Bernardo Silva, Ruben Neves, and Otavio. And it's Bruno Fernandes, Gonzalo Ramos, and Yao Felix in their attack. As we see Morocco against Portugal, 1-0 Morocco lead, as is Pepe in possession for Portugal. Played out wide to this near side, looking for Diego Dallo, trying to keep the ball in. He does, crossing towards the penalty area, and is punched away behind for a goal, for a corner to Portugal. And a good start from Portugal at the start of the second half, Paul.
Yeah, they're going to have to put some pressure on early on, Ross. There can't be any messing about. They're chasing the game now, so they're going to have to be more direct, and their passing is going to have to be more precise.
Appears for a penalty inside as Pepe went down after the corner swung in there by Bruno Fernandes, but it's cleared away by Morocco there through Hakim Ziyech, but Portugal are back on the front
Look
foot.
at that. Look at that, Ross. Where is the
Yes.
yellow card for this?
No, there's no yellow cards there, as well as Portugal trying to claim a free kick, which the referee has given bizarrely there, which I can't understand why, as is now Morocco 1, Portugal 0. And across now to Pepe. Good switch of play now, as Portugal build up the game, yeah, on the far side. As here comes Morocco with Hakimi over on that far side. Is still 1-0 Morocco's. Hakimi's still going. And there's a foul on Hakim Ziyech there by Pepe. No, it's on Hakimi, should I say. Is that a foul for you there, Paul?
Yeah, he catches him there. No question about it. But have you noticed that the Moroccan players are not surrounding the referee demanding cards?
I did notice that. I was hoping that you noticed that as well.
Oh, I noticed it. I also noticed Pepe's dive, Bruno Fernandes's
Yes.
dive, and it's high time the referee started doing something about this.
Yes, and Luke's quite right here as well, Paul. It says, oh dear, not more poor officiating. It is poor officiating. And you know, there's also bottom of that one about Pepe diving as well. And look to dive to me, as here we see Hakim Ziyech lining up this free kick. Can he go for? Will he go for goal here? Will he try and push to the back post where Buffalo is unmarked? No one's watching him at the moment. It was a penalty, and then she's there, and then there's a push it just wide. Is it a corner kick? El Yamek, in fact, headed it wide, and that's a glorious chance again for Morocco to double the lead.
Oh, it was a beautiful ball swung in. It really made the goalkeeper work. Now, was there was looking for a flick on, the slightest flick on there, and that's 2-0. It's a good reaction saved by the goalkeeper, but you're right. El Yamek just not able to divert the header back into the net.
Yes, and can Portugal get into the game right now as we see Morocco against Portugal going head to head? I wonder if we'll see a goal and an equaliser from Portugal, or whether Morocco will hold on this 1-0 lead. But for how long it remains 1-0, there's still a bit of chance that Portugal can get back into this game as the challengers go flying in. But Portugal is the team that comes away with the ball. And there's another challenge in there on the inside the midway inside the Moroccan half as Portugal try to come forward. But Morocco get out to this left hand side for the left back. Atiello can't get forward there and it's cleared. Oh, Morocco just concede a throw in and Fernandez just gets away quickly. And now Portugal concede a throw and Morocco can put some breathing space between himself and the Portuguese attack at the moment as they as the substitution is about to be made here for Portugal. They've seen enough. And there's two changes as Rafael Guerreiro goes off for Yao Cancelo and Ruben Neves goes off for the main man. You know what about number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Pepe passes Cristiano the armband as he now comes on. Yao Cancelo on as well, and he's now making his 196th cap, which equals the FIFA record for Cristiano Ronaldo. What a player he is. Free agent. Then we've moved to Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabian sides with the best offer on the table for the former Manchester United and Real Madrid player. And he's making a run over on that far side and he's in facing volunteer to pick up the ball. Ronaldo up against El Yamek. Ronaldo delivers a ball in. It was Bruno Fernandes, but Bono's let's claim. And that's a beautiful catch on this beautiful day so far for Morocco by Bono in goal there, Paul.
Yeah, that was a good catch. Cristiano Ronaldo's going to come on and he's going to try and make the difference. But I think for Portugal, I think if they can just frustrate him, he's very easy to frustrate. He gets angry very easily, and when things aren't going his way, he tends to lose focus. So I think that's the way Morocco are going to have to deal with him.
Yes, and there's another challenge there by the Diego Dallo on the number 17 but foul there. And I think the referee has just blown up there as Buffalo just remains down. No free kick has been given. It's going to be the third to Portugal when the game gets back underway. And Duno says cynical foul from Pepe a few moments ago and a great ball in as well. As we see some former players inside the crowd there. As Buffalo just goes off after receiving treatment. And Luke says, at this level of the game, it's totally unacceptable to have major bodies refusing to address the abhorrent standards we are being subjected to at the moment. UEFA, FIFA, Premier League all need to get a grip. Luke says, and do you agree with that, Paul? And what should be your
Oh
assessments
yes.
of the opening 8 minutes of this second half as well?
Oh yes, I totally agree with that. And it's not just within those organisations; it's within the South American Federation, the African Federation, the Central and North American Federation. It's the same thing. But Portugal have started off certainly the better team in the second half. You would expect an early onslaught. Morocco are just going to have to try to weather the storm early on, see if they can catch Portugal on the break, which they seem to have done so well throughout this game.
Yes, and Portugal have to try and unlock this well locked at the moment Moroccan door, and a ball like that will not do it, as is out for a throw to Morocco. And later we've got France against England with Nicholas Jones and hopefully Luke Turton alongside that as well. And Luke says he could have gone on, Paul, but he ran out of characters in one message. And he also says, and Dunham also says, good point regarding Ronaldo. When things aren't going well, his dummy gets spat out, and you made a good point about that earlier on in your commentaries. Nicholas Jones has joined us as well as is Diego Dallo. Dallo tries to pull the ball in, and Ronaldo is shouting at Dallo they should have pulled it back and would have had a simple tap in. When instead he went in across the face of goal when he could have pulled it back to Ronaldo with an easy shot on goal there, Paul.
Yeah, probably what he should have done, but he may not have seen Ronaldo coming in from the back. But it's Portugal looking dangerous in the second half. They are really pressing. Let's see if Morocco can hold on.
Yes, and they're doing well so far, Morocco, to hold on to what they've got. As is Buffal trying to break away now. And here comes Morocco. Wonderful ball from Buffal. To Nezra. Shot comes in from Manoa, and that's a poor effort. And Nezra should have took it on himself. He did the unselfish thing and set up a teammate. But he's fired his effort just over the bar.
Yeah, that was a chance, half chance at that, but he's got to do better than that. But look at how quick Morocco broke out on the break there. They are stretching that Portuguese defence when they break forward in numbers like that. And that's what they're going to have to do, I think, for the first maybe 15, 20 minutes of the second half, and while they withstand this early storm from Portugal.
Yes, and remains Stice, the Wolverhampton Wanderers defender, and the Moroccan captain is down on the field of play, and he's receiving a bit of treatment. I know from his teammates at the moment, and requires some treatment from the physios. So they're just putting the physios on the Wolverhampton Wanderers defender, the who's Besiktas on loan at the moment remains Sice, but he's on the books of Wolves as well. So substitutes going to be made as we just see the free kick in again, which almost caused the second goal for Morocco early on in the second half.
Just bounced off his face, didn't it?
It
If
did,
he
yeah.
if I did not, had he had a bit more control of that, it would have been 2-0.
Yes, and Luke's put in Ronaldo having a moan, never. And then notice a promising move there for Morocco's remain size has to be stretched off here. Not a good sight to see that we like see on the football pitch. And on in his place is Ashraf Dare. So the captain's armband will be moved on to. I'm not sure who's going to get the captain's armband now from Morocco. Looking at the side, I'll probably have to say either with the probably most experienced in the side, we'll probably have to go to either Ashraf Hakimi, Hakim Ziyech, or Sofiane Boufal. I'd have to say for them.
Well,
But
we
we'll
hope he
wait to
gets.
see who's.
We hope he recovers very quickly. That is
Yes,
sad for Morocco. They can't afford to be without him.
yes, it is. One towards Penta, and a towards goal, and just wide of the post there from Gonzalo Ramos. And oh, unlucky, can he get there, Paul? Brilliant ball in, and an header just wide.
Oh, he's got to hit the target from there, Russ. He's almost on a level with a penalty spot. It's a free header. He's got to make the goalkeeper work from there.
Yes, from inside, so was stretched off. Now sat on in the dugout
He looks
of
devastated.
Morocco. Yes, he looks like he's going to start crying in a minute. Uh, and looks like his welcome man be over. As is Hakim Ziyech. Good control from Hakim Ziyech. Over on that far side. Ziyech going one way then the other. But now, here comes Portugal to try and break away. And here's Bruno Fernandes with the ball over the top. Looking for Yao Felix, who's onside in behind. Yao Felix has got no one in the box. So he does well to hold up the play. Gets the ball back there. So rushing Joao Cancelo. Ramos. Ronaldo just gets robbed of possession on the edge of the box. Now Morocco, if and Esri does well here with the ball, which he does to keep hold of it, and a chance to break, without Portugal to go back in numbers. And it's just offside there, and not sure how it could be offside when the ball didn't get past the last line of defence. and it just took too long there as Buffalo just came in and nipped it off Cristiano Ronaldo there. That was poor from the former Manchester United player.
Yeah, there's a lack of commitment there by Ronaldo as well when he loses the ball. He just saw he's already getting frustrated. He's barely been on the pitch 15 minutes.
Yes, and Paul Luke's just putting if Ronaldo puts in as much effort into playing the game as he does sulking and moaning, he would be insane still. As Morocco just having the ball and trying to get the ball out wide to Hakim Ziyech, Portugal have cut it out, and Portugal will come forward here in possession. Is Bernardo Silva, who will find Otavio there. Otavio goes back to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes spraying the ball out wide to this near side, and there is Diego Dallo. Dallo goes back to Manchester United teammate Bruno Fernandes, who switches the flanks well. But down on his chest there is the brilliant João Cancelo. Into Bernardo Silva. Ramos. Ball over to looking for Yao Felix. Edges it down. He breaks away. And that's cleared away. There's Portugal back in numbers. Pepe does well. Otavio. Good ball this. Good movement. Ball played through to Cristiano Ronaldo. Flicks that wide first time to Diego Dallo. Dallo towards the penalty. Twisting one way. Then the other. Goes down. And a goal kick has been given.
Good defending, really good defending. Shielded the ball well there and allowed that ball to go out of play against Dallo. Dallo is incredibly big and strong individual. He does so well to outmuscle Dallo there and not to touch the ball as well. That is really good defending.
Yes, absolutely fantastic piece of defending there by Atiat Allah there, who's defended really, really well. And Lucas said, be simple, Ronaldo. Stop trying to use so many skills all the time. And that's what's letting Ronaldo down in in his matches recently. He's trying to use all the skills that he's got in the book, but he's not working there, Paul.
No, and Luke's absolutely right. But what's stopping Ronaldo doing that simple plays, is his ego. He's just got too big of an ego.
Yes, and I'm not surprised that the only club willing to sign Cristiano Ronaldo is a Saudi Arabian side, especially with how big his ego is. I'm not surprised none of the European clubs will do that. I'm surprised he's considering going to Saudi Arabia when he said the reason why he wanted to leave Manchester United last summer was because he wanted to play in the Champions League. And if he goes to Saudi Arabia, he won't be able to fulfill that dream of playing in the Champions League. So I'm wondering if that's why he's not accepted the exit. He says he'll make a decision on his new club once the World Cup journey for Portugal ends. And that could be ending today. 62 minutes on the clock. It
I
remains
certainly don't
Morocco
want him at
1,
Bayern,
Portugal
Ross.
0. Yes, some of the clubs that I've heard have been linked with him in Europe, Paul. And I'll see your thoughts on any of these, see where you think he'd be best suited. Chelsea, Dortmund, Bayern were the three clubs I've heard who across Europe who could be in for Cristiano Ronaldo. Get your thoughts on that in a moment to see come Portugal edge of the box. Bruno Fernandes, edge of the box. Bruno Fernandes! Oh! So close from Bruno Fernandes.
Oof, yeah, it was a good
Just
effort.
wide there from the Portuguese man and the Manchester United player. Just over the bar.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself, but I think he might be being a bit harsh on himself. That was a really good effort. Might have even taken a deflection off the defender. That was close.
Yes, and MVP4THGERNA has said, come off the man's case. Say something positive now. If you're about Cristiano Ronaldo, mate, we've not seen anything positive from Cristiano Ronaldo in this game to say anything positive about. If there's some things positive to say about him, we will say it as Morocco are now to be making 2 substitutions with Amala and then Nesri coming off, and he's going to be Walid Chidira is one of the players coming on as he just shakes the hand of the referee, and the number 24 Badir Benoun is also the player to come on as well.
Really surprised to see that it said Nesri. He has been an absolute pain for that Portugal defence to deal with. I'm really surprised at taking him off.
Yes, and Kevin Benson says Portugal trying to be too tricky so far, and I completely agree with that. Luke's responded to MVP 4THGERNA, and he says, also I'll call him MVP4, and he says maybe I don't have anything positive to contribute, but my honest opinion is what I am saying, and this is what our honest opinion is saying as well, as Portugal win a free kick midway inside the Moroccan half.
And honestly, Russ, as announcers, we have to call it as we see it. I don't favour a particular player. I'm not going to say something positive about him if I've got nothing positive to say. His attitude has been dreadful. That's why he was dropped by Portugal to begin with.
Yes, and since he's come on today, he's been poor as well. He's not really going to the game much, and when he has, he's not really created anything for Portugal to get excited about. As here comes Portugal again now, and they're trying to get the ball, probably trying to get the ball out wide to this right hand side if they can towards Diego Dallo. But they're going down the left at the moment with Bernardo Silva. Good play to Ruben Diaz. Now back to Pepe. Now Bernardo Silva again. Pepe now. Ball over the top. Flicked on by Ramos. And Ronaldo's in behind it. Can Ronaldo get something on end of this? No, he's too slow to get on end of that. And El Yamik, who I'm not sure if he's a natural centre back. I think he may be more of a right or left back, but they've had to put him in a centre back today. He's done a good job there against Cristiano Ronaldo. And Ronaldo, after he got away from him, was shouting to his teammates to get after him instead of chasing, backing at him himself. He's been so slow today since he's come on and telling his teammates what to do, and he said he should be trying to do it himself as Yao Cancelo concedes a throw-in over there. 6.5 minutes holding fame so far and keeping this moving forward. And we've got another comment in here from Paul Stewart. He says, I agree. Stop your emotional dumping on Ronaldo. Commentate on the game, please. Announcing is not an opinion. Dumping. Just put a sock in it.
Well,
If you don't have
actually,
a
announcing his opinion. That's what we're here for, right?
and Donald's, it is Paul. Yes, it is. Yao Cancel. I'll get back to the comments in a second. Is the ball into a penalty headed away there by Morocco towards the inside the penalty area, and now here come Portugal trying to get into this game and try and get to equalise in goal. It's Bernardo Silva just plays the ball forward. Good play this from Portugal. Can they find a way back into this game? Ruben Diaz plays the ball out wide to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes, edge of the box. Ball towards the penalty. Ronaldo can't get there. And that's fantastic goalkeeping from Bono again to save it, to make it so far so good. And a beautiful day, stroke night for Morocco against Portugal. 6 minutes gone, Paul. Morocco 1, Portugal 0.
Yeah, the ball was just above Ronaldo's head that time. It was actually would have really worked out really well outside of the boot there, just curled the ball in, but just over Ronaldo's head.
Yes, so there's the double change here for Portugal's. Gonzalo Ramos is being replaced by Rafael Leao, and also coming off, which this one I'm a bit more surprised at, is Otavio, who's looked good, Paul, and he's really been replaced by Vitina. I'm a bit surprised by that substitution. I thought he's looked good when he's got on the ball, Otavio, this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, Portugal are wondering perhaps maybe if they do get the equaliser, are they looking now at extra time if they are able to get themselves back into it? Maybe that's what they're thinking about. But there's been a couple of curious substitutions in this game, Russ.
They have my friend. Here comes Vitina, one of those strange substitutions being made this afternoon. And the ball's played forward, and now it goes all the way back to Bono, who's between the sticks, and he clears it forward. Headed down, and Morocco trying to win it on halfway. Portugal win the ball back and win a free kick, and they've taken it quickly with Diaz to Dallo, now into Bruno Fernandes. Back to Diogo Dallo, now here is Vitinha. Vitinha out wide to Bernardo Silva, who's trying to create a bit of space for Portugal to work into. There's Rafael Leao, who's looked good in Portugal's game so far this tournament, as he balls into a penalty area. And a free kick is being given for a challenge on Leao. And there's a booking for Ashraf Hakimi there, I think. No, it's not Hakimi. He's gone to the substitute Ashraf Dari there. And he gets a booking there for taking out the player over there for Rafael Leao, the substitute over this near side. Substitute on substitute there, Paul.
Yeah, definitely a foul, mistimed. I think it's interesting that he's decided to get his yellow card out now, though, on the substitute. I think that's actually his first foul. But yeah, it's definitely a foul, no question about that one.
Yes, as we get ready for this free kick, and Cristiano Ronaldo down the end of this one. He has not really done much in this tournament so far, and that's why the Portuguese boss Fernando Santos has dropped him in the game. The free kick is going to be taken by Bruno Fernandes over on that left hand side, just a couple of yards from the touch line. As the ball came in, as Bernardo Silva couldn't go on end of it, it's way back to Vitina. Vitina gets it to Leao. Leao gets it off Amrabat. But then it comes back off of Leao. And Morocco win a throw in. There's 90 minutes left of this game, Paul. And what's been your thoughts on the second half and what game we've seen so far?
Well, the Portuguese pressure has been relentless in the second half. Morocco have been resorting to counter-attacking. That was a really smart free kick. I can tell it was the training ground move. Had he have the pass just been a little bit better, 8 yards out, clear shot on goal.
Yes, and here comes Portugal again with Diego Dallo on this near side. He delivers the ball in towards the penalty area. Ronaldo won't reach that, and he goes all the way through off the head of Ashraf Hakimi now for a throw in on that far side. Portugal beginning to wake up a little bit, trying to get back into the game. As here is the ball over on that far side. Can Morocco get into this game? It's ball played to the far side. Here is the number 20 for Portugal, João Cancelo, the substitute, plays for Manchester City in the Premier League. And the ball's worked across here to Ashraf Hakimi. Now Pepe. Now Ruben Diaz, who has not really had much to do this second half, especially because Portugal's been camped in the Moroccan half. But when he has, I think he's doing this second half, he's done well. And he's now with Diego Dallo from Pepe's pass. Otherwise to Bruno Fernandes, back into Diego Dallo inside the penalty now. Diego Dallo goes through and he's behind for a corner to Portugal. Good play from Diego Dallo there to win the corner for the Portuguese. And it remains 1-0 to Morocco, Paul.
Yes, good work as well in defence by Atin Allah. He has been outstanding today, defensively and going forward.
Yes, it is. Bruno Fernandes with the ball in to the penalty over the head of Cristiano Ronaldo. Breaks out to Bernardo Silva. Now to João Cancelo. João Cancelo does well. Take out two Moroccan players. Ball in towards a penalty area. And he's put behind for another corner. And he's behind for a goal kick as we watch this game unfold. And we'll read some more comments out in a few moments' time, as here is a corner kick, which will be taken by Bruno Fernandes in towards the penalty area. Anyway, but the first corner is going to be taken again because the referee wants to have a word with Dari, who's been booked a few minutes ago for something in there. Cristiano Ronaldo's inside the penalty area. He's pushing and shoving. And Ronaldo tries to get to the near post, but he goes over his head. And Bono with a vital touch to play behind to keep it a beautiful day in this for this Moroccan side.
Love those U2 jokes, don't you? But yes, what a good piece of goalkeeping right across there. Just make sure he gets a touch because Felix was sneaking in on the back post.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. I do love those U2 jokes. As Bruno Fernandes delivers a ball in, is cleared away, and then he's up, headed back in towards the penalty, headed away again by Amrabat. And now Ziyech trying to get the ball back off Rafael Leao. Does well to keep possession for Portugal in towards Bruno towards the penalty area. But here's Ziyech to clear away. And now can Morocco break? And they're trying to go forward now. Ashraf Hakimi is getting on the overlap, but switch to play well. Comes into Ona. It was a penalty. And oh my God, how did he not score there? Chedra took it down well, but then couldn't convert it into the back of the net. It's a goal kick to Portugal. And how unlucky was that, Paul James, with 15 minutes to go?
Well, what a chance. I think he might have been better just playing it alongside. I think he had Buffal or Ziyech. I think it was Ziyech alongside him. Instead, he tried to get inside the two defenders. But what a chance. But again, that's how quick Morocco have been on the break, really stretching Portugal's defence when they've had the chance.
Yes, as here comes Morocco to have to do a bit more defending as Portugal have whirled the ball out wide to the left and João Cancelo into Cristiano Ronaldo brings it down on his chest. Well then fantastic recovering defending there from Morocco to stop Cristiano Ronaldo from creating a goal scoring chance. Big fan ball against number 21 there of Morocco, which is Chedera, who has been penalised for handball, and he was an handball there as well. Leao, Cancelo. Can Portugal work an opening to get it into extra time? Diego Dallo will try and create that opening. It goes back there to Vitinha, and Vitinha's lost out. And now is all the way back to Pepe, and Portugal will start again. Ruben Diaz now, up over halfway. And now Bernardo Silva spreads it out to Leao. Leao attacking Ziyech and Hakimi. Goes inside. Down the line it goes to João Cancelo. Cancelo with the ball in, cleared away. And Cristiano Ronaldo was nowhere near that again. And he was late coming in. And he should have been in there a bit quicker there, Paul. And now Morocco can try and break, and they free kick has been given as it. No, not according to the referee.
Oh, that's
As
interesting.
here comes Portugal again. Bruno Fernandes with possession. How wide it goes. Diego Dallo, low ball in. And Ronaldo's not quick enough to get in there again. And Morocco just does well to stop it from going out for a corner. And we now can try and break if they can wear this one correctly. And well, and quickly as well. How wide it goes. There is this number 8, Anua, on this left hand side. Plays the ball down the line, and Buffal was on the same wavelength. And Portugal just get the ball
Oh.
back and will come away with possession. It's end to end stuff now, Paul, as we come up towards the final 10 or so minutes as the Moroccan player down, requiring some treatment. It's Hakim Ziyech who's down, and who's got the captain's armband as well, but he's requiring a bit of treatment for this late challenge on him from Ruben Diaz, Paul.
Yeah, he won the ball. Was it Diaz? Yes, it was. Diaz won the ball there. I think the challenge was fair. But I'd just like to look again at how quick Morocco is breaking out here. It's disappointing for them. The final pass just wasn't there, but it's what it is. If when they have broke forward, they really have put Portugal under a lot of pressure, really stretched them at the back. They sort of exposed that defence. And I do wonder when I look at Morocco, not Morocco, sorry, Portugal, that if they do get back into this game and get into the semi-final, they can be broken down defensively fairly easily.
The camp, Paul, and it looks as though, I think, if my maps remember correctly, that Morocco made a lot of substitutions for this game, and it looks as though Hakim Ziyech may have to go off, so I think Morocco may be going down to 10 men. So I've just, oh no, they're making one more sub with Zakira Abu Kalar and number 26, Yara Jabrain coming on as number 21 for Portugal. Ricardo Horta has come on for Diego Dallo, a striker on for a defender. Portugal going to make some changes in a minute as the ball come towards Ricardo Horta for a throw to Portugal, and Portugal look to take it quickly, and they have done, to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes switches the play well, and now Portugal have. It's been an off day for them, I would have to say. None of their players have really created anything, a real spark, and or to create something for Portugal. No is the answer. As Morocco win the ball back. Amrabat clears the ball away, and he's played forward. And now Portugal have it back. And we're approaching the final 10 minutes of the game, Paul. What does Portugal need to do to get back into this game?
Well, they have to keep it simple. They have to keep attacking. They have to press this Moroccan defence very hard. But this is easier said than done. We have to give Morocco the correct amount of credit here. They have been defended superbly to a man all the way through this game. The remaining 10 minutes, Portugal must press, but I don't know. Morocco looking very very steady at the back.
Yes, Ziyech is back on the field for now. The Chelsea player, the number 7 over there, is on possession now, Hakim Ziyech. And Anur now picks up the ball. And Anur just gets control of the ball on the right hand side and plays it down the line. And Morocco tries to come forward over on that far side. Ashraf Hakimi is out of position as he's up inside the Portuguese half of the Alpha Mammoth Stadium. And it remains Morocco 1, Portugal 0 as a double substitution for Morocco sees Hakim Ziyech go off his kid Amrabat the armband, and his Boufal is the other player coming off. And the subs that are coming on in their places are number 14, Abu Kal, and number 26, Jabrania, Poland. With the substitution of Hakim Ziyech going out now, do you think that, and Boufal, the wingers, do you think that could invite Portugal back into this game? Because those two wingers have kept like Dallo and when he was on Rafael Guerrero and then Yao Cancelo quiet, and they'll give them a bit of space, especially when Morocco have got forward. Do you think that those two changes there could be come back to bite Morocco?
Quite possibly. Boufal and Ziyech have been the main, the chief troublemakers when they've been breaking forward Morocco. When they've been breaking forward, those two have been the ones that have been able to get the ball and move it quickly. Also, if the game does eventually go into extra time and possibly penalties, both of those two are penalty takers.
Yes, as the ball is cleared away, but here comes Ricardo Horta towards the penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo comes in. Oh, what a save! What a save from the goalkeeper to keep
Wow.
out Yao Felix. His effort there, I think it was. Yao Felix with the effort from the edge of the penalty area, and Bono has just pulled out a stunning save on this beautiful day so far from Morocco, Paul James.
Oh, that is a save of the tournament, Ross, right there. That is the save of the tournament. How did he keep that out? And João
Yes, corner
Felix
kick,
dropped to his
and he's
knees.
pushed it away again. And now Morocco just defended that corner brilliantly there, Paul. And Morocco have just won themselves. It should have been a Morocco throw there. It looked like it come off Vitina, but the Portuguese subs bench just going back to them quickly so they could get back on with it. Here comes Portugal again to try and get to equalising goal and take it into extra time as we watch this game unfold. Here comes Morocco out wide to this. He's had to try and block off the avenues for Portugal to get forward. Yao Felix is fouled there, is he? Yes, according to the referee by the number 24, Badar Benayoun, who is causing a few problems. And Bono is landing up the wall again. As Duno says, Bono saves again. Pride in the name of love, he says. As
The YouTube jokes are coming out. I love them.
we love the YouTube jokes here on the commentary hub. Also, like him on the commentary hub too, JB Sports, Storm FM, Certain Talks Football, and also the commentary hub Twitch channel as well. If you want to get involved with us, you can tweet us if you want to. Tweet a commentary live one, or you can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/the commentary hub. As here is the Portuguese boss just watching on, who's about to get some instructions out to his team as the thing remains Size, who went off injured, is acting as one of the coaching teams now, members of the coaching staff there now, as Morocco just take a free kick to the far side, headed forward by Ashraf Hakimi, who just gets on the end of that ball as he's nudged over there by Yao Cancelo, but nothing given according to the linesman on the knee side or the referee. And there's a slip there by Vitinha, and the free kick's been given and taken quickly. I'm not sure the referee actually gave a free kick there. I think he just presented the ball, and which made the referee give a free kick, and I would have given a free kick the other way for that. As here comes Portugal in possession, is trying to come forward here, as they've trying to work a bit of magic. Here's Ruben Diaz to try and help them do that. Into Bernardo Silva. Down the line it goes to Rafael Leao, who got one of the goals in the other game earlier in the tournament. And Portugal are not creating anything at the moment. With 5 minutes to go, Paul James is looking more and more likely that Morocco will be hanging on in here.
Yeah, well, they're going to press Portugal. There's no doubt about that. They have to. They're 5 minutes away from being eliminated to Morocco in the quarter-final of the World Cup. They have got to try to create something.
Yes, here comes Morocco again. Can they create a bit of magic to try and keep out Portugal's? Portugal look to attack. They're getting back in numbers there on Morocco as the ball towards the penalty just over there of Cristiano Ronaldo, who cannot reach it again, and he's giving up on that to let his teammates try and keep the ball in for him there. And they've won a throw in for it, and Ronaldo is just walking around inside the penalty area, and every time ball comes in, he's just walking. He's made a bit of speed there. He's pushed around ball inside the penalty area there. The Portuguese players are out of the penalty area.
Well, let's take a look at that.
Let's see if we'll get a replay of this.
It
And he's gone out.
initially it didn't look handball to me, but I might we'll see a replay.
He's gone out for a corner. No replay is being shown just yet on our monitors at the moment. We want to see a replay. That is a corner comes in from Bruno Fernandes, and Morocco defend yet again, and is cleared away. And there's a foul on Anua, and there's a free kick to Morocco, and a yellow card there for Vitinha, the substitute, as Anna stays down. And very shortly, Paul, I'll be asking for your player of the match. So if you can just do us the honours and drop it into the chat.
Yes,
That you
I've got two names in mind, Russ. I need another couple of minutes because I got two names in mind. I just can't decide between the two at the moment, but I will type it for you in the next minute or so after I've let my little brain think a little bit more on this.
Yes, no problem, Paul. Thank you very much, my friend. As there comes Morocco, just getting a bit of fluids on board as their fans go wow. They're jumping up and down, dancing. And there is number 21, well, Jadira, will just come across to this. He needs to have a drink while the drum's been happening as Bono clears it forward. Good play down there. It's cleared away again by Portugal as they try and come forward. Can Portugal find the equaliser, or will Bono keep Morocco in this and keep us referring to jokes and songs from U2 as we watch this game unfold? Will we see this game move forward? And it could be, and this World Cup will go on with or without you, Portugal. If you need to try and get into this, well, you need to try and get in this game if you want it to continue with you, because if not, it'll be continuing without you, with or without you. Another U2 song, and another U2 reference there. And I think, Paul James, so far, Portugal still haven't found what they're looking for in terms of a way through in this game.
Yeah, it's they've just failed to break down the Moroccan defence. I was actually just looking at the stats while I've been choosing my player of the match. Morocco have actually only had 2 shots on goal, and of course one of them forcing that wonderful save by Bono. And It's well, it's testament to shut down an attacking force like Portugal to 2 shots on goal is a huge testament to Morocco's defence.
It is, Paul, as we're going to get your player of the match in a second or two. So we'll just watch this through from the Portuguese with Bruno Fernandes, but Portugal have lost possession. We'll get to in a moment or so. Next time the ball goes out, we'll get the thoughts of Paul James for his player of the match. There's been some nominations in the chat from people who are saying man of the match. Kevin Benson says, and Dunnell both said Bono man of the match. We'll see in a minute if Paul agrees with you. There's who you think should be player of the match as the edit is cleared away by Portugal. As Portugal will try and come again as Morocco just defend really well. As now Amrabat comes away with the ball. Amrabat, good ball forward. He's onside here. The substitute number 21, Chadra. Inside the penalty, Chadra. So great. Chadra shot. Takes the deflection. But the flag goes up for offside. The late flag again, Paul James. And we go on about it so many times about the late flags. And another late flag has been given this time as Portugal try and get the ball through to Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo scoring. What a save by Bono again. Oh my word, what a save. And with or without you,
Superb
Ronaldo,
save.
you may be, this may be your last World Cup, Ronaldo, but with or without you, this World Cup will still be continuing, my friend. As we see 8 minutes of added on time
Oh,
being
why?
added on in this game.
That's a superb
And
save at the near post.
we're going to get ready for the player of the match. And there's been a change in the who was going to get it originally. As from Paul, which, because we hadn't announced it, he has going to be, it will be allowed. As Morocco still lead by a goal to nil. No idea why there's been 8 minutes of stoppage time added on in this game, as Bruno Fernandes will come forward. Vitinha delivers the ball out wide. Down the line it goes, looking for Bruno Fernandes, and he kicks the ball against the advertising boardings there as he comes down the end of the ball from Ricardo Horta, and that should be a booking there for the Manchester United player Bruno Fernandes, as we see confirmation that Walid Chadira has been booked. And with the ball out of play there, Paul waiting for the goal kick for Morocco to be taken. Can you announce your player of the match, please, for our listeners, which is sponsored by the brilliant commentary services? The player of the match today has gone to.
The player of the match has gone to Bono. I was going to give it to Atiat Allah, and the reason why I was going to give it to Atiat Allah, and it was very close, was because he's done so well defensively and going forward.
There's
But
been a
these
red
vital...
card! There's been a red card here, Paul!
Oh,
And
wow.
Chadwell, who's just been booked a few minutes ago, has received a second yellow card twice in 2 minutes, and Chadwell has just seen ready for Morocco. We'll get back to your reasoning for the player of the match in a minute. There's a late challenge down on Yao Felix, already being booked, and he hardly touches Yao Felix there. Well, you can see the intents there, Paul, and that's what he's giving it for there.
Yeah, he's given it for the intent. The fact he used his studs to stamp down, that's probably what's given it. Even though there was virtually no contact, that's why he's given it. Oh, boy.
Yes, and we lay drama in this game. A red card for Morocco. They're down to 10 men. Chadira will miss the game should Morocco hold on. The substitute has been sent off. What can Portugal do now against 10 men? It was a penalty. Morocco's 10 men. And the red wall of Morocco standing firm. And in this game, Morocco defending really, really well. And it's mysterious ways how Portugal haven't scored in this game. As Fernandes heads towards goal, headed away. Brilliant there. And magnificent piece of defending by Morocco again. Down to 10 men, but still putting out some magnificent saves. as we see the sweetest thing here and see Morocco get through and knock out Portugal. There's going to be
You
a
must
corner
really be a
kick.
U2 fan, Ross.
It can. This game will go on, or will can Portugal get back into this game, or will Morocco walk on into the semi-finals, where they'll face either England or France on Wednesday evening, as the ball is lifted over the top there, and he's gone behind for a goal kickers. We see some more matches, and Duno says, great commentary and good chat. And Nicholas has put in a YouTube reference. He says Portugal stuck in a moment, and they can't get out of it. Another YouTube reference there from Nicholas this time. Good one, Nicholas. Keep up with the YouTube ones. It's been a magnificent day and a beautiful day so far for Morocco.
Beautiful day for Bono, and just to say as well, the reason why I gave it them the player of the match, those two saves of those two important saves, they've just been the difference in this match for Morocco. So he has got. That's
Morocco
my
3
reasoning for giving it him.
Morocco's strong goal. Chance, oh my word, it should have been 2-0. The substitute call went through. One on one with
Oh,
the goalkeeper, Costa, and it is straight at him. Oh my word, that could have been 2-0. Rafael Leão will try and come forward now for Portugal. Lovely defending there from Amrabat. And Morocco will come away with possession. What can they do here now? Brilliant ball. Wonderful play. Ball switched over. Can Morocco get into this now? Diego Costa clears forward. Amrabat clears the ball away. Backs to the walls time now from Morocco. They have to throw the kitchen sink at this Portugal now. If they have to get back into this, it's cleared away. What can Portugal do here now? Is Bruno Fernandes. He lifts the ball in towards the penalty. Yao Felix flicks it on. And it's cleared away. In the end. By the number 18 there. El Yamik, who has played absolutely fantastic in the defence. Amrabat went down. He's now back on his feet. As Bruno Fernandes takes the throw in quickly. Fernandes. Back it goes. Vitina with the ball in. And he's up there. Akimi trying to clear it away. Leão keeps the ball in and keeps it moving line for Portugal. Now it towards the penalty. Ronaldo can't get there. And Pepe somehow has put the header wide.
oh
Oh
my
boy,
goodness
oh
me!
boy, oh boy. Ours, that's a let off on what so far is a beautiful day for Morocco, Paul James.
Well, they deserve that bit of luck, but that should have been 1-1. What a chance! Inside the 6-yard box, you've got to hit the target from there.
Yes, really got to be to the target there if you want to get into this game. I'm wondering how many more chances Portugal are going to get. But Portugal still haven't found what they're looking for. The whistle is being wanted by Morocco. They are 30 seconds away plus any more minutes that the referee wants to add on. It is a minimum of 8 minutes, not maximum. So the referee, if he wants to play up to 11 minutes, a stoppage and the ball is hacked into the Portuguese half. They all wanting the final whistle to go for Morocco. Portugal are coming once more as we're almost into the final few seconds. Ball into the penalty, the ball runs out of play. Portugal won a free kick on the edge of the box. They're not going to get it. Ruben Diaz went down. And it's all over. It's a beautiful day. A magnificent performance from Bono in the Moroccan goal. And the goal in the first half is proven to be the difference. As Morocco magnificently march on and walk on into the semi-finals where they face either England or France on Wednesday evening. But what a game! Morocco are into the World Cup semi-finals. It's the sweetest thing you see as Bernardo Silva sits on the floor with tears about to come out. Ronaldo will be moaning about some chances that didn't go their way. like he always does. He'll make himself look like a lemon. And boy, oh boy, Bono can stay victorious with Morocco tonight. As it's been a beautiful day and a beautiful time to join us with the commentary as it's finished here, Paul James. Morocco 1, Portugal 0. Your thoughts, my friend?
Well, Portugal still haven't found what they're looking for. Credit Kevin Benson for that. And it has been one of those days for Portugal, I think. They come up against an outstanding defence, an outstanding goalkeeping. And this when people ask me why I'm a fan of defensive football, this is the reason why. You can take a team like Morocco that on paper should lose to Portugal, but they don't. They win. They defend resiliently. They catch teams out on the break, and they're so quick going forward. And they shut Portugal down today completely. All of Portugal's stars, they could barely get more than 3 shots on goal. It was overall an incredible performance today. And congratulations to Morocco, and everybody in Morocco should be so proud of their country today.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely, my friend, as we get ready for what's going to be another good game this evening. We're in the Portuguese side today, Paul, for me. Don't know about you, but there was no desire in there from them. They didn't know where to go. It looked like there was a city blinding lights in front of them that they couldn't find a way past. And it was, and I think every Moroccan fan and Moroccan players and coaching staff will sleep like a baby tonight. Portugal and Ronaldo may look like a lemon as Portugal bow out of the World Cup. And this could be curtains for Cristiano Ronaldo on his Portugal career. But Portugal will still continue with or without Ronaldo as we leave you on what has been a beautiful day for Morocco. It is finished. Morocco 1, Portugal 0. Thanks for joining myself, Russ Vernon, and Paul James from us all here. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you again soon. But before we do go, what I will do is just give you now the results from the matches so far today in the Championship, League One, League Two, and the National League to give you those results. So in the Championship, all full-time scores there. Blackburn Rovers 1, Preston North End 4. Rotherham United 1, Bristol City 3. Reading 1, Coventry City 0. Blackpool 0, Birmingham 0. Middlesbrough 2, Luton 1. Luton finished the game with 10 men in Rob Edwards' first game in charge. Millwall 1, Wigan 1. Sheffield United 1, Huddersfield 0. Stoke City 2, Cardiff City 2. Swansea City 0, Norwich City 1. League 1. Ipswich 2, Peterborough 1. Shrewsbury 3, Bolton 2. Burton 1, Derby 1. Forest Green Rovers 1, Cheltenham 0. Bristol Rovers 1, Port Vale 0. Cambridge 0, Plymouth 0. Exeter City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Lincoln City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0. MK Dons 1, Fleetwood 2. League 2. Grimsby Town 2, Tranmere Rovers 1. Newport 0, Doncaster Rovers 1. Stevenage 0, Mansfield 0. Sutton 1, Colchester 0 in the 88th minute. That's still being played. Swindon 0, AFC Wimbledon 0. National League. Bromley 3, Wealdstone 3. They're still playing. They're in injury time. Chesterfield 3, Dorking 1. Eastleigh 0, Wrexham 2. Maidenhead 3, Notts County 4. Maidstone 2, Altrincham 3. Woking 0, York City 2. Yeovil 0, Scunthorpe 0. Scottish League 2. East 5 0, Bonnyrigg Rose 0. Salisbury 1, 4-4-2. And in club friendlies to tell you about the results that we've got from those which involve English or Scottish sides and European sides, should I say. Rennes 4, Celtic 3. Lille 2, Valladolid 0.
against Morocco, but a team like Morocco उनके लिए बहुत बहुत बड़ा लॉस है भाई, मैडनेस लिटरली भाई, बिल्कुल सही बात मोनिस। Could you guys believe it? मुझे तो यकीन नहीं हो रहा भाई, बट जिस हिसाब से मोरक्को ने खेला है भाई, पोर्चुगल को थ्वॉट किया है, पोर्चुगल को ब्लॉक किया है, पूरे मैच में फ्रस्ट्रेट किया है मोरक्को in the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup. Who would have thought भाई? After all the prowess that they had भाई, पोर्चुगल पास क्या नहीं है बे, क्या नहीं है पोर्चुगल के पास? स्ट्राइकर्स है भाई, जो फिलिक्स, क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो, बर्नार्डो सिल्वा, कैंसेलो, everyone is there, but shocked, obviously shocked man, unlucky, क्या हो गया भाई? Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch बाबा, cut off from the game. Moroccans, the defenders, they cut off Cristiano Ronaldo from the game bhai. He wasn't getting any chance. एक chance मिला towards the very end, and that was a shot that was saved. Bono bhai, Yasin Bono, epic था भाई. अशरफ हकीमी भाई, legendary performance for अशरफ हकीमी भाई. हकीमी ने भाई आज जो रन डाले हैं, आज जो परफॉर्मेंस दिया अशरफ हकीमी ने भाई साहब, it has to go down as one of the best performances from this guy. Unbelievable भाई. क्रोएशिया वर्सेस मोरक्को फाइनल, विश्वजीत. क्रोएशिया वर्सेस मोरक्को फाइनल, विश्वजीत कह रहे हैं.
हो सकता है भाई, अब तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. कौन से जैसे गेम्स हो रहे हैं ना भाई, जिसको फेवरेट्स का वो निकल जा रहा है अगले राउंड में. अर्जेंटीना फेवरेट्स
भाई. कल ब्राजील नॉकड आउट, अर्जेंटीना बेयरली क्वालिफाइड, और आज पोर्चुगल के साथ आई डोंट नो व्हाट द हेल हैपेंड मैन. भाई डिफेंस था भाई, डिफेंस था, एक्चुअली डिफेंस था भाई. अमराबाद भाई एवरीवेयर ऑन द पिच, एंड सिर्फ अमराबाद नहीं यार, अगर आप लोगों ने मैच देखा ढंग से